Hello and welcome back to the Alligator Pie Kitchen. Before we get started here today, I just want to say a word of thanks to everyone who's liked and shared, subscribed our videos so far. Some great feedback as well on doing some metric conversions, which we will definitely look into doing in the future. Also, Rebecca, I don't think I talk like a Care Bear. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a recipe by request by Bruce Leslie from my accordion group and my brother Randy McInnes. So it's this eggplant parmigiana. This is really a basic, really simple dish. Some people might think it's a little bit dated, but I think it's kind of a classic. You can mix it up a little bit. You can do it really traditional. I've done this so many times over the years where I've gone through stages of breading the eggplant, salting, not salting, making it with fancy, like really over the top tomato sauce that was really overdoing it. I feel like I've come full circle and now it's just like back to basic, closer to classic, but still I put my twist on it as well. Here's some of the basic ingredients that we're going to be looking at. Crushed tomatoes and diced tomatoes, just to give a little bit of texture. Parmesan and mozzarella. I have a basil concentrate that I like to use. This is a sun-dried tomato puree. This is optional, of course. Not a lot of people aren't going to have this. Diced jalapeno, garlic, a dried oregano, sea salt, or this is Himalayan salt, and black pepper, red onion, celery, and of course the eggplants. The eggplants, it's important to choose a good eggplant as well. Like this is like blemish-free. It's a nice size. I find for this dish, you're almost going to want to use one eggplant per person. If you have a little bit extra, that's okay, but it keeps well. This dish freezes really well. It's a great gluten-free dish because it's basically like lasagna without the noodles. These are the sun-dried tomatoes that we use. They're great. These are just like, we get these from Ohm, I believe, Organic Matters. And they're malleable, a little bit of boiling water. They reconstitute really well. And then I just puree them and make this little puree here. And then we have fresh basil. We're not gonna put fresh basil in the sauce because we're gonna actually put it, layer it in our eggplant parmesan. I don't know why I made this weird shape with this mozzarella. I can't be stopped. I don't know why I did that. Okay.
This went off the rails.
Totally. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna get a sauce started because it's gonna take an hour or so, really slow simmer. So we're gonna go to the stove. All right, so now we're back at the stove. We've had the celery and onions sauteing for about 5 minutes. They're getting nice and translucent. As you can see, 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So this is looking really good. Now we're just gonna add in the garlic. That's 3 cloves. And the dried oregano. If you're using dried basil at this point, this is when you'd add it. The salt and the pepper. And the jalapeno can go in now as well. Celery, jalapeno, not traditional. Oh well. That's okay. We're just gonna saute this for a little bit longer. A little bit longer? Nobody talks like that. Stupid Care Bear.
Fucking Care Bear.
Okay. That's gonna go for a bit longer. Normally I'd wait, but this is, live action. So we're gonna add...
It's not actually live.
It's live. To me it is. Some white wine. Dry white wine, the best. And we're gonna cook that out. And at this stage, we'll leave the basil concentrate and the sun-dried tomato paste for a little bit until we see we cook the tomatoes out. But this is a bit of a rush, but it's all gonna go in. I'm always going for a spatula.
I'll just wait here for you.
Okay, for sure. I'm gonna put it on a little lanyard on my neck. It'll be good. All the kids will be doing it soon. Okay, so there we go. That's our crushed tomatoes and our diced tomatoes. That's looking proper. Okay, so cook this slow and low for a while, and then towards the end, the last third time for cooking, we'll add the basil concentrate, so it'll keep its vibrant flavor, and then the tomato paste as well. All right, so that's it for a bit. Next up, we'll be doing the eggplant portion of the what is it? Show. Okay. Oh, hello. We're back. Now we're going to work on the eggplant here, top and tail these guys. I don't know why I do this, but I do it. There's no reason.
That's just almost too much of an explanation.
Aaron, why do I do this?
I don't know. You're mad that way.
So we're gonna slice these into 1/2-inch thick slices. Yeah, not totally consistent, as you can see. Consistency is a good thing, but
it doesn't always happen.
Do as I say, not as I do. Now, we're gonna lay these out on the sheet pan. I've already done one here for the first time when we screwed up. I have to retake this. We're gonna salt both sides. This is a fun game too.
Faster!
Then we're going to lay some paper towel on top. Piece of parchment so it doesn't make a giant mess. And then we're gonna put a bunch of weight. So I have like 4 sheet pans here. And we're just gonna lay that on top and we're gonna let them sit for a while. Now I have a whole bunch more to do because we're actually doing eggplant parmigiana for our Thursday hot meal service. So I'm gonna get back to work and flatten some eggplant. So we'll let this sit for about an hour and then we're just gonna wipe off all the salt, as much salt as possible with some paper towel. You'll see all the juice that comes out of it.
Eggplant juice?
Eggplant juice. Nobody goes for that. Okay, so yeah, we'll be back in a bit when we actually look at roasting and then assembling. Okay, a couple hours has passed since we're at the oven, at the stove, and our marinara is finished. It's nice and chunky, it's tangy, no sugar added, so it's nice and acidic the way we like it. It's got big chunks of tomatoes and celery, and you can see a little bit of jalapeno in there. It's delicious. The eggplant has also been sitting, pressed under the weight of all these pans and paper towel on both sides, so it's absorbed all of the salt. Well, it's actually not absorbed any of the salt. The salt has actually gone into the eggplant and has drawn out moisture. The reason we do this is also to balance out the natural bitterness of eggplant that they sometimes have. So it doesn't actually draw out the bitterness, but it will balance out with a little bit of salt. It'll make them also a little bit less spongy and more creamy when we roast them, like this. So we brush these with olive oil, both sides, no more salt, and then we put them into a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes, flip them over, and did another 10 minutes till they're nice and golden and crispy on the edges and
delicious,
soft in the middle and creamy in the middle. So we're ready to assemble here.
Just as a side note, anybody that doesn't like eggplant has maybe not had roasted eggplants.
yeah, that's true. That's true. It is a really nice thing. So we're gonna start with putting a little base down, just like you would make a lasagna. So we're gonna put a base down of tomato sauce. And then we're gonna try and quickly, before the phone dies, layer our eggplant in the pan in Japan. Okay, and then our mozza and parmesan mix. Sauce again. It's looking pretty good. Maybe some of this fresh coarsely chopped basil in the middle. Make sure we save some of that for the top for when it's done. Layer, layer, layer. So as you can see, as they shrink down, this pan will actually be 4 eggplants in total. And it's going to be for 4 of us for dinner. Layer, layer, layer. Stop talking.
Fill the void.
Cheese, cheese, cheese. And we'll get one more layer of this. I'll probably have to fill up my thing. I'm gonna stop using words. Words are dumb. All right. Oh boy. Okay, that's looking good. So
that's 3 layers of eggplant in there?
Yeah, it looks like, I think it's 4 layers.
Oh.
Yeah, you're pretty good at the counting, aren't you?
Excellent counter.
Yeah. Counterbalance. Okay, I'm just gonna fill up my tomato sauce quickly. Sing a song in between.
I'm just gonna Once again, stay here. Faster!
Ah! Stupid small vessel. All right, so this is looking good. You don't need complete coverage. It's nice to have a few of them just sort of exposed.
That's just lazy.
Hey, man. I'm gonna top it off again. And then we're gonna take some of this mozzarella that I cut into these weird shapes, and we're just gonna give it some random
Extra cheese.
All right. Stay. Ta-da! Okay, we're ready for the oven, and we'll give you a little viewing once it's done, and give you the times and temperatures. Okay, so hot out of the oven, still bubbling, nice and brown on top. If you wanted to add the mozzarella towards the end, you'd obviously get more gooey, chewy cheeses instead of brown cheese. Gooey, chewy, that's my new thing. So this took about 25 minutes. In my convection at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 degrees Celsius. There you go, Steve. So we'll top this with a little bit of fresh basil. Obviously, it'll need to set up, but you're basically done. You can have this as an entree, obviously. You can also have it as a nice side. If you wanted to have it with some roast chicken and some potatoes, that'll be just like, I mean, it'd be such a good comfort food meal. Give it a try. Make it your own, change it up, change the sauce, whatever you need to do. But there you go. Thanks for watching.